Hi, all my friends at Steele Elementary. My name is Miss Dayna, and today for Arts Day, we are going to be building some instruments. So at the Colorado Springs Conservatory, you can learn to play all different kinds of instruments, but we thought we'd share a few of you that you can make at home. So the first instrument we're going to make is an egg shaker. This is the perfect time of year to make an egg shakers because you can find Easter eggs almost anywhere. And Easter eggs are the easiest thing to make an egg shaker out of. So all you do to make an Easter egg shaker is open it up, and you can use lentils or rice or any kind of beans you want. I like lentils because they're a little bit bigger than rice. They make a kind of a different sound. So I'm gonna fill this first Easter egg with lentils. I'm gonna close the Easter egg. And now at this point, it's technically an egg shaker, but if you put a piece of tape around the outside of the egg, then make sure that all your rice or beans doesn't fall all over your house. So put one piece of tape on one side, turn it over, put one piece of tape on the other side, and now you have an egg shaker. So you can practice your rhythms with your egg shaker, like ta, ti, ti, ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. It sounds really cool, doesn't it? And you can tell. They'll make another one here with beans, and it'll sound slightly different than the one with lentils. So these are Great Northern beans. We'll see if this makes a different sound than the lentils did. So one more time, I'm gonna tape it up. Don't forget that step, because you'll get beans all over your living room or your dining room. And, ooh, it's got a deeper tone. So there are the beans, and they're the lentils. So the lentils are a little higher, and beans are a little lower. So whatever you put in your egg shaker, you're gonna get a different sound. So experiment, try beans, rice, lentils, rocks, pebbles, whatever you've got at home, and you'll make different noises. Now, at my house, my son loves to make egg shakers, but there's a way to make these even more fun, and that's by making an egg shaker maraca. So all you need to do to turn your egg shaker into a maraca is take the egg shaker you've already made, take 2 spoons, and place them on either side of your egg shaker, okay? And then all you have to do is tape those 2 spoons to either side of the egg, and that looks like this. Tape 1 spoon, tape your 2nd spoon, and when you're at home, you will have all kinds of construction paper or stickers or whatever you like to play with, whether you like to use crayons or markers. All of these are things that you can decorate. So here is an egg shaker maraca. And the really cool thing about this is, like I said, you can decorate them, make them look really cool or pretty. I had some yarn to put on this one, but you can decorate them and make them look any way you want. And then if you have 2, you can even have dueling egg shaker maracas. You hear how they have different sounds? So yeah, that's the simplest instrument we have to make today. It's an egg shaker maraca. So the next instrument that you can make at home is called a can shaker. And the thing I love about can shakers is that you can make them out of any can you have at home. So if that's Pringles or Lay's, if you like that at house, my baby likes Little Crunchies, my husband likes Famous Amos cookies, anything you like. If you have a jar of old beans that doesn't have a lid anymore, great, use it. If you have a gallon of milk, great, use it. Any container you've got, you can make a can shaker. It's very easy. It goes like this. I'm gonna use my Little Crunchies container here. The first thing you do is you want to decorate the outside of it, right? So what I like to use is construction paper. I cut a piece of construction paper to the right width of my can. And that way, all I have to do now is put one piece of tape on this side, one piece of tape on this side. And because you guys are at home, you might have different materials than I have here at the conservatory. So here I have construction paper and some stickers to decorate my can shaker. At your house, you may have markers or paints or maybe not music stickers, but a sticker from your favorite TV show. All of those things are great ways to decorate your can shaker. Once the outside here is decorated, I'm gonna start building the inside, and then we'll finish the last touches of decoration at the end. So to make your can shaker, once you've got the outside covered, you're gonna use, again, either rice or beans. This time I'm gonna use beans. Actually, no, this time I'm gonna use rice. And I'm gonna use rice for a specific reason. I'm gonna show you how easy it is to pour your rice into your container. by just making a teeny tiny hole in the bag. If you cut the whole bag open, rice is gonna get everywhere. If you make a teeny tiny hole, and I love this part, listen to the noise it makes when I pour the rice in. It's almost like a preview of what your instrument's gonna sound like. All right, there's my rice. And if you want, since I had beans anyway and I was gonna start with those, I'm gonna throw some beans in too and see how that sounds. And again, you can use rice, beans, anything you want. Cereal would probably work, anything that makes a little like crunchy sound. You hear that? So now that we have our rice and beans inside, I'm gonna close the lid and once again, take our trusty tape, because at this point, if you try to shake your can shaker, your rice and beans is gonna go everywhere. So I like to put one piece of tape on one side, come over here, get another piece of tape for the other side. That way when I'm shaking it and making music, all of my rice and beans don't fall out. So we're almost done with our can shakers. At this point, if you want to paint, if you want to use markers, if you want to use stickers, which is what I'm going to do, you're just going to decorate the outside of your can so that it looks more like an instrument and less like food. So let's put some TTs, a guitar, a treble clef, maybe a horn, and that is a can shaker. So let me show you how to use this. You can use this again to make rhythms like this. Or you can use it like a drum and it makes a different sound. Really cool. Or since this is a metal can and you might have a metal can at your house, you can use it like almost like a snare drum, like a marching band. I'll use the back of my scissors to show you what that'd sound like. And those beans inside make the drums sound a little different. So a can shaker is a really versatile instrument. You can use it to make tons of different noises, and you can make different shapes of can shakers that make different sounds. So you could make a whole orchestra of can shakers at your house and create a new song using just can shakers if you wanted. So that is a can shaker. So we've made so far 2 percussion instruments, and now we're going to move on to a woodwind instrument. And a woodwind instrument is an instrument that you play using air from your body, right? Using your mouth and your lips. And the woodwind instrument that you guys can make at home is a straw pan flute. It's really, really easy, and it ends up sounding very cool. All you need for this instrument at home is jumbo straws. Today I've got normal straws, and you'll hear it sounds pretty cool, but if you can find jumbo plastic straws, like wider ones at your grocery store, that'll work even better and have an even cooler sound. But regular straws will work just fine. So I have some straws right here. They're bendy on the top, so I'm gonna cut away that bendy part, make them all the same length. Okay, now that I have all my straws the same length, I'm gonna take my scissors, and I'm gonna cut at an angle so that each of the straws ends up at a different length. And those different lengths of straws are what give you the different pitches or different notes. So to make your pan flute, once you've cut off the tops and you've cut off the bottom so that you have an angle there, you're gonna align, and I have some already cut here for you to see. You're gonna line them up so that it looks almost like a pan flute, if you've ever seen one in a movie, so that the longest straws are first, and then the slightly shorter straws, and then your medium straws, and then your teeny tiny straws. And on this specific pan flute, I'm going to have, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straws. And because they're all cut, each of the colors is cut differently, I think they're going to be 4 different pitches in this pan flute. Let's find out. Once you have all of your straws laid out, so that it looks sort of like a triangle, you're going to put a piece of tape right across the top. And you don't want to put it all the way at the tippy top because that's where your mouth is going to sit. So basically about like a 1/2 inch down from the top, put a piece of tape so that you stick your straws together, turn it over and put another piece of tape so it's nice and secure. And then this instrument is ready to play. It's actually that easy. So let me play this for you. Listen to how it sounds. Ready? Do you hear those different pitches? And the cool thing is your pan flute will sound totally different from mine because you'll use different straws. Your straws will be a different length. You'll blow at a different speed than I am. And so everyone's pan flute is gonna sound different. So I found this one that I made at home to show you guys. If you wanna add some decoration make your pan flute look a little different, you can tape a ribbon to it so that you can wear it around your neck, and then you have it wherever you want to play, if you're at the park or if you're in the backyard. And these are plastic straws, so they sound even a little more different. I'm going to play this one for you. I don't know if you can hear that, it's really quiet, but it makes all different kinds of, almost like little bird tweet noises, and it's very pretty. So try this one out at home. If you want, decorate it, make it super fancy with a ribbon or yarn. You can add stickers or paint it, whatever you want to make your straw pan flute your own. That's it. So we're going to start now another percussion instrument, and this is called a rain stick. And a rain stick is one of my favorite things to make because it's a very calming instrument. It's something that I use with my son when we're about to go to bed or about to take a nap. It has a very soothing tone to it. So I'm really excited to show you this one. So for a rain stick, you need 2 or 3 paper towel tubes like this, tape, rice and beans again, we use that for a lot of our percussion instruments, construction paper, and markers, stickers, paint, glitter, whatever your favorite things to decorate at home are. So here's how we get started. To make your rain stick, you're going to take your paper towel rolls, put them out in front of you, and decide how long you want your rain stick. So I decided 3 paper towel tubes is probably good enough for me. You can make it using 1 paper towel tube. You could make it using 8 paper towel tubes. It would just be really long and probably a little hard to play. So I lay them out. The first step is to tape them together. So I've already got some tape here. 1 piece around the top. 1 piece around the bottom. Now my paper towel tubes are together, but from my perspective, when I look at this instrument, it still looks like a paper towel tube. So the first thing we're gonna do is decorate it and make it look more like an instrument. This is where your crafty skills come in. So you're going to take some construction paper or poster board paper or whatever you've got at home, and you're sort of gonna wrap your rain stick in color. So I'm gonna take some paper, I'm going to take my tape, and I'm going to start wrapping my rain stick in color. So I'm going to start with orange, wrap my rain stick, and then put another piece of tape. Perfect. Take my blue, and this time I'm going to make it long ways. I want more blue on my rain stick than the other colors, so I'm going to put that one long ways. Again, a couple pieces of tape. Real quick, it doesn't need to be super secure at this point because you're going to paint or decorate, right? You're going to color on it. Roll it up just like I did with the orange, and put another piece of tape to hold it there. Actually, what would be really good for this is wrapping paper. If you have any wrapping paper at home from an old birthday party or from last Christmas or something like that, wrapping paper would be perfect for your rain stick because it comes in a much longer size than construction paper. And then finally, I'm going to finish it up with some green here at the bottom. And it's okay if today I'm not going to get my whole rain stick covered, and that's okay. If you've got some extra at the top, I could always decorate the top of my rain stick or the bottom of my rain stick with stickers, or I could go back and paint it later if I want. Your rain stick is your own rain stick, and you can decorate it however you want. Maybe if it's something that you're going to use like at nap time or at sleep, you might make using soothing, cool colors like blues or greens. And if it's something that you might want to use in the morning when you're awake and energized, then maybe you use reds and orange and warmer colors, right? So however you want to use your instrument, you design it for you, right? All right, 1 more piece of tape on that green so it doesn't come off. Now this is your opportunity to add stickers, add glitter, add paint, make it yours. Since today this is all the decorating I'm going to do with you guys, I'm going to now make my construction or my cardboard paper tube into a rain stick. Here's how you do it. Take a piece of tape, a big piece of tape, and lay it on the bottom of your paper towel tube. Whatever side you want the bottom of the rain stick to be, it doesn't matter which way. Start either way. Put 1 piece of tape around the bottom and another piece of tape because you need the whole thing sealed. We're going to be filling our rain stick with rice or beans, and if there's any space at the top, your rice and beans are going to fall out. So make sure at the bottom is really well concealed or really well closed, and make sure that you can see it at the end of mine, it's getting a lot of tape around it. It doesn't look very pretty anymore. At home, this is an opportunity to cover it with maybe some different colors of construction paper. You know, you can design yours so that it doesn't look as tapey as mine does right now. All right, now that I have one end taped off, I'm going to pour rice in the open end and then close it up. So I'm gonna take my rice, same rice I had earlier. I made that teeny tiny cut in my bag so I didn't get it everywhere. And listen to this one, ready? It takes a really long time for the rice to get to the bottom. Can you almost tell how it's gonna sound now? Okay, I think that's good. Now, the final step is to close our rain stick. So exactly like you did with the other side, put a piece of tape across the top, turn it, put a piece of tape the other way so that your rice doesn't fall out when you're shaking. And I'm even gonna put another piece of tape around my rain stick so that it doesn't fall out. Perfect. So now you can see the top of my rain stick is closed, the bottom of my rain stick is closed, and now we are ready to play. So it sounds like this. You start with one end closer to the ground and one end higher in the air, and then you rotate it. Listen. Okay, let's do it again. Oh, this sounds so cool. And so the slower that you move it, the longer the noise will last, and the faster that you move it, the quicker it'll sound, right? You can also use your rain stick, like our other percussion instruments, like a giant shaker. It sounds like this. Cool, huh? So rain stick is a really versatile instrument. It makes all kinds of noises. It can be a really calming, soothing instrument, or it can be a really loud, crazy, exciting instrument. It's one of my favorites. So make sure you make a rain stick at home, okay? All right, my friends, this is one of the last instruments we're gonna make today, and this is a tissue box ukulele. If I added one more string, it would be a tissue box guitar, and I'm gonna show you how to make one. Ready? All you need to make a tissue box guitar or ukulele is an empty tissue box. You can also use a shoe box, but you would have to cut a hole in the top that looks about like this. You need another paper towel tube, which you should have at home. Don't forget to save these things because they're good for, as you've now found out, all kinds of instruments. Some construction paper or paints or colored pencils for you to make your instrument, again, your own and decorate it the way you want. Some tape, some scissors to cut construction paper if you want to do it that way. And I think that's it. So let me show you how to get started. The first thing you have to do is decorate your tissue box if you're going to. I'm gonna skip that step today, but I'm gonna show you that we're doing it by drawing some polka dots. So you can see my box has some polka dots. You'll obviously decorate it however you want. My box is now decorated. Now that I've decorated my box, I'm going to put 5 rubber bands because I want to make it's 5-string guitar. So when picking rubber bands for this, you can use any rubber bands you have at home. But one of the really cool things to do is to pick rubber bands of different thicknesses and different lengths because they'll make different pitches on your guitar. So what you do is stretch those rubber bands all the way across the tissue box like this, one at a time. And you're gonna need a little bit larger rubber bands probably to get all the way around the tissue box, but make sure that you're lining up your rubber band so that the top is flat. It'll make it easier to strum like a real instrument. So as you're going around your box, just make sure that those strings are flat so that you'll get the sound you want. So I have 2 now, I'm gonna keep going. You can see it doesn't take long at all. And luckily, tissue boxes are one of those things that all of us have, right? Everybody has a tissue box at home. Most people, even if you don't have a shoe box, you can make one out of a tissue box. Rubber band number 4. So at this point, I could stop if I want to make a ukulele, like I did earlier, or if I want to make a guitar, I add 5 or even 6 strings, or I guess even 8 strings if you really wanted to, but I think that might be too many. So last, final rubber band. And see how I've kind of evenly spaced them so that the rubber bands are not touching and they have about the same amount of space between them, just like they would have on a real guitar. So there, that's the beginning of our tissue box guitar. The next step is to decorate the neck of our guitar. So what I do is I'm going to decorate it using construction paper. So I'm going to take my paper towel tube, roll it up in a piece of construction paper. And again, if you wanted to decorate this, you could draw lines or zigzags or polka dots or anything that you wanted to. I'm gonna make lines on mine. Okay, and now when I roll it up, it'll have a little design. Get my piece of tape. So roll it up, Put another piece of tape. Ooh, that looks kind of cool. Tape it on the other side. One piece, two pieces. Okay, so now I have the neck of my guitar and the body of my guitar. I need to put them together, and I found the best way to do that is using big packing tape. So if I put one on top like this of the other, and I hold it with one hand, I can grab a piece of tape. I can put it on the side of the paper towel roll and push down. See that? So now one side of my neck is attached to the guitar. So I'm going to do the same thing on this other side. Take another big piece of packing tape, go to the side of the neck of the instrument, all the way down, and tape it so that it's flush. And you can add as much tape as you want to make it feel really secure. I'm going to put one more piece on the back. And again, if you want to do this step and then cover it again so that you can't see that tape, that's a really good idea. I know probably some of you 5th and 6th graders are like, I could do that way, way better. And I bet that you can. And I would love to see pictures of your 2 shoebox guitars. So now I have the neck. I have the body of the guitar. The last thing I need to do, and this is a step I don't have here, but it's sort of a pro tip on making a guitar that sounds really good. If you put a thick piece of cardboard or a little piece of plastic straw in the bottom where you would have the bridge of a guitar, you get an even better sound. So I'm going to lift up those rubber bands, put a little piece of straw down there, and just like on a guitar, it's going to lift those strings a little bit, and it's going to give us the sound we want. And that is a tissue box guitar. Would you like to hear how it sounds? Okay, it sounds like this. You can strum different ways. So you can do a strum pattern that's just ta, 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 or you can do a strum pattern that's ti, 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 ti. It sounds really cool. So I'm looking forward to seeing your tissue box guitars, hearing the songs you might make up using your tissue box guitar. And yeah, this is a really fun one, so enjoy. Awesome, guys. Those were some really good instruments today. I can't believe how many instruments we learned to make. And I wanted to remind you that anything in your house can be an instrument. So this plastic bucket I had in my backyard can be an instrument. Right? Anything. So if I want you guys to celebrate Arts Day with us here at the Colorado Springs Conservatory by making instruments, make instruments with your friends, make instruments with your teachers, and maybe even form a band. And we'll see you next time at the Colorado Springs Conservatory. So long for now.